Hey guys, so I'm here once again, right? And I see so many insane opportunities lining up for the upcoming trading week. And so I'm here to share with you what I think will be my directional bias and what you should expect for the upcoming trading week. Okay, so today we'll be talking about gold and euro USD. Okay, so yeah, another thing is I have gotten to 2K subs, and it is all because you guys supported this channel, right? And so as a means to say thank you, I'll be making an insane video, and I'll be publishing it on Wednesday. Okay, so stay tuned for that video. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's start with euro USD. Okay, so always we're going to start from the higher time frame, right? On a normal day, I'm supposed to start on the weekly, but I've already talked about this higher time frames in previous videos, right? And so I don't want to waste time talking about them. Okay, so real quick, let's look at the daily structure, right? But if you care to know, the weekly is already bearish. You can see we are making what lower highs and lower lows all throughout, right? And with the daily, this was the last high that created this low, right? And we had a breakout structure to the upside. Okay, so daily we are bullish, and we can see that price is reacting from some kind of order block, but to me this is just a reactive supply zone. Okay, so now that we know that the daily is bullish, let us step onto H4 and let's see what price is doing. Okay, so through I think from last 2 weeks and last week, I have been saying that the daily and the H4 are sharing the same structural level, and it is same this week also. Okay, so in as much as from this low right in here to this high is a daily swing leg, it is also H4. Okay, so the daily and the H4 are sharing the same structural leg. Okay, so in here I have two levels of demand. The first one is right in here as a decisional demand zone. Okay, and the second one is right in here as my origin demand zone. Okay, and we can see that price is reacting from the decisional demand. It means that I can look for trades. Okay, so real quick, once I know that the daily and the H4 are sharing the same structural leg, I will step into M15. Okay, so here on M15, price action was a bit crazy, but then we can see this big decisional demand zone that we marked from H4. We can refine it into the zone right in here like this. Okay, so this will be our refined zone right in here, and we can see that price is still within that zone. So let me pull this back a little, and this also back a little. Good. So now let us start looking at what M15 was doing here. Okay, always you need to find out what structure was doing, right? So this was the true high of M15 that created this low, right? And we had price making a retracement and a push to the downside. However, we didn't take out this low like this. We had something like a relatively equal lows created, and after that we had another retracement into certain levels, and now we came back down to take out this lows right in here. Okay, so after that lows being taken out, I understand that from this high right in here to this low right in here is my 15-minute push to the downside. So it means that if I want to see any break or structure, I will need to see either this high goes out or this low goes out. And right before the week ended, we can see that this high was taken. Okay, so in here, what does it tell me? It tells me that the M15 has changed intent. Okay, so we are bullish on the M15, and just from the daily and the H4, we realized that they are also bullish, right? Don't forget, daily and H4 are sharing the same structural level, and they were bullish. Now M15 has also switched bullish, aligning with H4 and daily, and that is good news for me. Okay, so once I know that M15 has also aligned with the daily and H4, all I'm looking for is buys. Okay, I'm looking for it to buy, but then I'll need to wait for price to come into certain levels of the M15 leg before I can start buying. And to me, my point of interest of M15 will start from here all the way to the beginning of this whole swing leg. And the beautiful thing about this is, in as much as I have this big zone right in here, I wouldn't be setting limits like this to buy. No way. It is going to be about 27 pip stop loss, and that's crazy for me. Okay, so personally, I will step into lower time frames and refine this point of interest of M15. Okay, so let's step into M5. And if I step into M5, right, I can refine my first point of interest to be somewhere right in here. Okay, and my second one will be the start of the whole M15 swing leg, which is right in here. Okay, if you're asking me why I didn't choose a point of interest right in here, I'll also tell you to watch right in here. And what do you see? Equal lows. Okay, so this will be very risky for me to look at as a point of interest. Okay, so yeah, in as much as I have this point of interest right in here, again, I am not looking for it to set limits right in here or in here to buy. No way. I'm just waiting for price to come into these levels or into this one right in here. Then I can look for my confirmations or my reactions to buy to the upside. Okay, so currently we can see that, you know, we are making lower highs and lower lows, and price is respecting this level right in here. Okay, so if market opens, we are likely to see price, you know, continuing with the bears into any of these levels before, you know, we can get a reaction to buy to the upside. Okay, and if price decides to break like this and continue with a push to the upside, why not? I'll just wait for this high of M15 to be taken out, and I'm going to see the new development that price is going to come up with. Then I can capitalize on the buys to the upside. Okay, so currently I am bullish on Euro USD. Now, in as much as I am bullish on Euro USD and I'm looking at all these zones to look for a reaction and buy, I am also concerned about my surroundings. Okay, when I say that, what do I mean by that? Now we can see that this low right in here, okay, which is the beginning of the M15. If I take a trend line like this and I extend it to my left, we can see that we have relatively equal lows built right in here. Okay, so that's liquidity built to the downside. Okay, so I'm very much aware of my surrounding and whatever price will be doing. Okay, so even if price comes into this level like this and, you know, it takes me out, I am aware that this is just what a decisional demand zone. It means that I still have one demand zone below right in here to look for, you know, confirmations to buy to the upside. Okay, so until this low is taken out, I am all bullish, right? But presently, with whatever price is presenting to us, I'm looking forward to, you know, buy in any of these zones. Okay, we can even have price coming all the way down to induce this equal lows. Okay, and then we will still have a confirmation to, you know, take the buys to the upside. Okay, so that is what I am looking at on Euro USD. Okay, so real quick, let's look at what is happening also on gold. So gold, we are going to start from the higher time frame, and I've been calling this price action, you know, for the past weeks. I think from August, right, from the early weeks of August, and it has played out just like, you know, I called them out, right? And so right now, currently, we can see that, you know, this liquidity, which was built from 2 years ago, have been what swept. And the beautiful thing is, this liquidity wasn't just swept. No, it was swept into a range right in here, or an order block right in here. Okay, so that is how I'm starting this whole thing. So I'm gonna mark this, and I'm very much aware that this order block is just a reactive demand zone for me. Okay, so first things first, we have tapped into a reactive demand zone, and because it is a higher time frame, why not? I can look for trades. Okay, so daily we are bearish. This was let me first clean all of this stuff right in here, past price action. So yeah, so daily we're bearish. This, we've had this high right in here, which has created a low into the reactive demand zone. Okay, so daily we are bearish. Let's look at what the H4 is also saying, and in here I can see that H4 we are also bearish. Okay, so here on H4, this was my high that created this low. Okay, so beautiful stuff. So daily H4 we are aligning, right? We are all bearish. and we can see that price has tapped into the reactive demand zone, like I said. Okay, so you know me already. I'm not going to step into H1. Straightforward, I get into M15. But before I get into M15, let me come back and mark this zones that we will be looking at. So the first supply zone that I will be looking at will be right in here. Okay, so supply, and my next one will be right in here also as supply, and I will mark the last one also as this small candle right in here, because that was what led to the break or structure of this particular low of H4. Okay, so I didn't mark this one in here because it is not in my required zones. So let me take my fibs from this high to this lows. You're going to see that all these three that I marked are in premium zones. Okay, so they qualify to be my point of interest. Okay, so real quick, let's head on to M15 and let's see what M15 is doing. All right, so here on M15, this looks beautiful and so simple. Okay, let me clean this first. So here on M15, we've had this high right in here that created this low, taking out nicely. Okay, so this is a break or structure to the upside, telling me that M15 has changed intent. Now this change of intent also tells me that price is ready to make a retracement of the H4. Mind you, H4 daily, we are what? Bearish. So if M15 has changed intent, I'll be expecting price to come into certain levels, and we can look for trades all the way to any of the point of interest that we have drawn up there. So this is simple stuff, and we are going to see how price will react in the upcoming trading week. Okay, so in here, let me show you the zones that I'm watching. Let me bring this back a little, and let me show you the zones that I am watching as a point of interest for M15. Okay, so the first one in here, as you already know, this will be a decisional demand. Okay, like this, and the last one in here as an origin demand. Okay, now in as much as I have marked these demand zones in here, mind you, I always say that we are reacting to price. So whatever price is telling us at that particular point in time, that is what we will be looking at. Okay, so currently these are the points of interest that we are looking at. We can go into lower time frames and refine them. If you decide to refine them, you're going to get it as little as this for this one and as little as this for this one. Okay, but I would like to keep it on the M15 like this, and I'll just wait for price to come into any of these levels. Okay, any of these levels like this, then we can look for buys to the upside. Okay, so yeah, gold also, we are bullish on the intraday time frame, but higher time frame we are bearish, and we understand why we are bullish on intraday. It is just because the higher time frames wants to retrace. Okay, another thing that I want to bring to your notice is, in as much as we are looking at all these levels, we can still have price coming back down to break this low. If it happens like that, I understand that this low is the low that was created in the previous week. Okay, so it will just be like a grab of liquidity, and I can look for certain confirmations to probably get a counter trend trade to these levels before, if price gives any reaction to sell, then we sell. If price decides to continue the move up also, then we're also going to capitalize on it. Okay, but like I say, always react to the market. So currently, with whatever is happening in here intraday, we are bullish, and all what you're going to do is to wait for price to come into any of these levels, then we can capitalize on the move to the upside. Okay, so yeah, this is what I am looking at on gold and euro USD for the upcoming week. I hope you found value in this video, and please do well to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment also in the comment section. Okay, so see you within the week.